All right, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you a quick video to show you how much crypto passive income I was earning using DexFi and the bonds. Just to show you quickly, it's been about 24 hours since I last withdrew from DexFi bonds. So we'll just come over here to the transactions, and we can see right here my last withdrawal. What I took place on the 8th at 248 is currently 256 on the 9th. So we're just over 24 hours. Now, DexFi bonds, I keep talking about this on my channel, but just because it's easy to talk about. I love what they say. They're the Google of yield farming. That is it. By the way, this is not sponsored content. If I do sponsored content, I will always let you know. But this is one of my 3 sort of pinnacle methods. I'm about to start a 4th. I'll be talking about that on the channel later, so you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. But this is one of 3 methods that I use to earn passive income with cryptocurrency. Now, the goal for me is to always take passive income and use that to buy more Bitcoin, more Ethereum over time. Now, this is one method. There are 3 other methods that I use. I sell options on Derive. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description for that. I also use VFAT. If I had my wallet connected, you could see my positions. Maybe I'll do more videos on that. Let me know if you want more videos about trading options on Derive, if you want more videos about how I personally yield farm on VFAT on the base chain, which, by the way, DexFi bonds is on base as well. The base ecosystem is incredible because it looks like soon all base tokens will be able to be bought and sold directly through Coinbase as well, which is going to be incredible. That's a huge fundamental for, or I guess tokenomic, if you will. That's a huge plus for all of the base ecosystem. Now, nothing in this video should be financial advice. I feel like that goes without saying. So I'm going to show you right here on DexFi. They have their own vaults. You can go check that out. I've showed it in other videos. They have all this other stuff up here. GDEX is their governance token that earns a portion of the revenue coming through, which right now is only about 13%. But the GDEX token itself is around $20, and it's a pretty low market cap, so there is some potential there. I'm not currently invested in GDEX myself, full transparency. I'm over here in bonds. So let's see how much we've been able to get in bonds, and I'm also going to withdraw and just show you how easy that is. So you come over here. These are bonds. I've currently made $48. So do some quick math. Let's see, calculator. Some quick math. We'll say 48.84. That's where I'm at. If we times that by 30 days, I should end up doing close to $1,400. That's assuming that prices stay about the same, APR stays about the same. Of course, all that will fluctuate. I do track what I earn every single month. And right now, ETH is way up. We're at all-time highs on ETH. And so $285 per bond. And that means that these prices are sky high. I mean, yesterday I did this calculation on like 16,100, and we're up $1,000 since yesterday. So we are loving some price appreciation right now. They're simply yield farming. You can see all the farms they're in by coming here and clicking on this button right here. By the way, to get to the website is DexFi, D-E-X-F-I, DexFi. Actually forgot what it was, DexFi.com, and then you can click on bonds to get to this page. So these are all of you can see where the yield's coming from. They're in all these vaults over here. That's where this revenue is coming from. It is real revenue. It's not a Ponzi scheme, Ponzi-nomic. However, it's not without risk, right? I have to say this over and over again. Any of these assets could go down in price. There's always smart contract risk. There's centralization risk. Even though this is my money, this is dashboard money essentially. This is not fully decentralized. They are using decentralized methods to create the APR, but this is a fully centralized managed fund essentially. So could they run off with the money? Absolutely, that can happen, 100%. That's why it's not the only thing that I'm investing in. It's one of 3. So here we go. Right now we're going to withdraw this. We're going to claim this. Is very simple. As you can see, I don't have any funds right here. If you go to, you can see there's no USD in here right now. So we'll come here, we'll claim it. And we'll claim it in real time. Gone. Claim successful. Let's double check the wallet. Let's see if it showed up. And There it is right there. I always swap mine to Bitcoin on base. That's just what I do because I believe in Bitcoin. Even though the price can go up and down, I'd rather hold Bitcoin than hold USDC for me personally. So I always swap this to Bitcoin until I'm ready to buy more. Then I swap it to Ethereum whenever I have enough. And yes, Ethereum's been outperforming Bitcoin currently. But again, I believe in long term, I would rather hold Bitcoin over Ethereum for me personally, but I like both of them. I actually hold both of them. Okay, with that being said, that's where we're at. You can hold it in USDC if you want, but I'm holding it in Bitcoin. That will switch here in a moment. There's a little bit of a lag there sometimes. All right, with that said, I just done that withdrawal live, and you can see someone asked how come I don't have a lot of data here, because they did a UI update. When they did it, got rid of all of the data here, but evidently there's going to be another UI update coming, and it will include all of our recent purchases and whatnot. And again, I can unstake this at any point in time. If you go to redeem right here, redeem bonds at any time for 90% of the NFT's value, select one or multiple NFTs at a time, request or process within 48 hours. See, this is what I mean by it's completely centralized. But they say they request or process within 48 hours. Sometimes it's within 24 hours. And that being said, whenever you withdraw, you only get 90% of this amount. I'm okay with that because what happens is that 10% tax stays in the fund. So eventually, for those of us who stay in the fund, essentially as other people make profits and they sell out, when that happens, then 10% stays back in the fund, and it ultimately just grows our share of the total fund. In theory, it ultimately raises this price over time because the fund value would go up with that 10% tax. And those of us that continue to hold bonds the value of those bonds would go up over time, because again, this value is simply this number divided by this number gives us this number right here. And by the way, if I was to withdraw this, I would be getting all of my ETH back. Whenever you withdraw, you don't get USD value, you get your ETH back, which is what I would prefer to have anyway. All right, I promised you I would make you that video, so I got $48 in the past 24 hours, which is phenomenal. All of my calculations are based on about 73% APR, so currently I am way exceeding all those calculations. I'm very close to getting $1,500 a month. When I get $1,500 a month withdrawn from this platform, or in this case, I'll compound it, but when I earn at least $1,500 a month for 3 months in a row, from that point forward, I will be taking $1,000 out every single month, and I will be using that to build up other parts of my portfolio, and I will just compound the rest over here. Ideally, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to withdraw $1,000 a month from here, $1,000 a month from DeFi, $1,000 a month from Derive. And then what I'll end up doing is taking that money every single month. I'll be putting it into a fourth play, which is focused primarily on Bitcoin. And I'll be talking about that in another video here very soon as we continue to develop out this strategy. Hey, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crypto Wealth. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'm out.